Hey, I want to share something that many of us have experienced but rarely talk about it. Do you ever feel stuck in a cycle of bad habits, wondering why life doesn't seem to improve? The truth is, some behaviors quietly destroy our progress without us even realizing it. In this video, we'll uncover 10 destructive habits the Stoics warned against. Habits that could be holding you back from living your best life. Stick around to discover how letting go of these habits can transform your mindset, relationships, and success in 2025. Let's dive in. 1. Quit staying in your comfort zone. Imagine you're on a cozy couch on a chilly evening, wrapped in a blanket with no intention of stepping outside. While the comfort feels good in the moment, it stops you from experiencing the crisp, refreshing air or the chance to meet friends. Staying in your comfort zone works the same way. It may feel safe, but it keeps you from growth. The Stoics believed that life is meant for improvement, not stagnation. They teach us to embrace challenges as opportunities to sharpen our character. For example, think of someone who avoids public speaking because it feels daunting. While staying quiet might feel safe, it also limits their ability to share ideas or inspire others. Instead of shying away, start small. Maybe practice speaking in front of a mirror or with a close friend. The discomfort won't last forever, but the growth will. As Marcus Aurelius might remind us, discomfort leads to strength, and every step into the unknown expands our potential. Break free from your cozy bubble and challenge yourself. The reward lies on the other side of fear. 2. Quit complaining. Picture a rainy day when all your plans are ruined. You could either grumble about the weather or embrace the chance to stay indoors and catch up on a book or call a loved one. Complaining doesn't change your situation. It wastes your energy and makes you feel worse. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what is within your control. If something bothers you, ask, "Can I change this?" If yes, take action. If not, let it go. For example, consider a colleague who constantly complains about long work hours. While venting might feel good momentarily, it solves nothing and spreads negativity. Instead, they could reflect on how to manage their time better or talk to their supervisor for support. As Stoics say, we suffer not from events, but from our thoughts about them. Complaints only add to your burden, while gratitude and action lighten it. Replace whining with problem-solving or appreciation, and you'll find a new sense of power over your life. 3. Quit letting addictions rule you. Addictions, whether it's to social media, junk food, or even toxic relationships, slowly take over your life without you noticing. Imagine a friend who constantly checks their phone during conversations, missing out on meaningful connections. This subtle habit might not seem harmful at first, but over time, it weakens relationships and isolates them. The Stoics emphasized self-control and freedom, reminding us that a person is truly free only when they are not a slave to their impulses. Addictions often arise from seeking instant gratification or escape from discomfort. For instance, scrolling endlessly through your phone may temporarily distract you from stress, but ultimately leaves you feeling unproductive and stuck. To break free, start small. Set time limits for activities that consume you or replace harmful habits with constructive ones, like exercising or meditating. Ask yourself, am I controlling my actions or are they controlling me? The Stoics would advise focusing on what aligns with your values, not what numbs your mind. Regain control of your life by taking intentional steps to break these chains. Freedom is within your reach, but it begins with the courage to face what holds you back. 4. Quit comparing yourself to others. Picture this. You're scrolling through social media and everyone seems to have the perfect life. Better jobs, fancier vacations, or flawless relationships. Before you know it, you feel inadequate, even though nothing about your life has actually changed. Comparison is a thief of joy, and the Stoics remind us that our worth is not tied to external achievements or the opinions of others. They believed in focusing on your own path and measuring success by how virtuous and true to your values you are. For example, imagine an artist comparing their work to a famous painter's. Instead of feeling inspired, they become discouraged and stop creating altogether. The solution is to shift your perspective. Recognize that everyone has their own journey, and no two paths are the same. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and focus on what you can improve in yourself. The Stoics might remind you that your only competition is who you were yesterday. By quitting comparisons, you free yourself to find joy in your unique journey. Growth comes not from being better than others, but from being better than your past self. 5. Quit forming opinions on everything. Have you ever been in a heated discussion where someone had an opinion on every single topic, whether or not they understood it? Over time, this habit can damage relationships, as it makes others feel unheard or dismissed. The Stoics believed that forming opinions without proper understanding leads to unnecessary stress and conflict. Marcus Aurelius emphasized focusing only on what truly matters and avoiding distractions. Imagine someone constantly arguing about politics at every family gathering, even when they lack the facts. This behavior not only alienates others, but also creates internal chaos. Instead, adopt the Stoic mindset of reserving judgment when you lack knowledge. It's okay to say, "I don't know enough to comment on that." Practice active listening instead of rushing to respond. When you stop forming opinions on everything, you free your mind from unnecessary clutter and gain clarity on the things that actually matter. The next time you feel the urge to voice an opinion, pause and ask, "Does this contribute to my growth or peace?" The answer will often guide you towards silence, and in that silence, you'll find strength and wisdom. 6. Quit holding on to the past. Clinging to past mistakes, regrets, or heartbreaks can slowly erode your happiness and relationships. Imagine a friend who constantly talks about a failed relationship, letting that pain dictate their future connections. This prevents them from building meaningful relationships in the present. The Stoics taught that the past is beyond our control, and that focusing on it only drains the energy needed for today. Epictetus advised us to focus on what we can change, not what is already done. For example, if you made a poor decision years ago, dwelling on it won't change the outcome. Instead, reflect on what you learned and how you can improve moving forward. Practical steps include journaling to process your feelings, practicing gratitude for the present, and setting small, achievable goals to shift your focus. Holding on to the past is like carrying a heavy bag. It weighs you down and prevents you from moving forward. Release that weight by forgiving yourself and others, and embrace the idea that today is a new opportunity to build a better future. As the Stoics would say, what's done is done. The only thing you can shape is what lies ahead. 7. Quit responding to everything. Have you noticed how people who react to every comment or event often seem stressed and overwhelmed? Constantly responding to everything around you not only drains your energy, but also creates unnecessary friction in relationships. For example, imagine someone who feels the need to reply to every social media post, text message, or minor disagreement at work. Over time, this habit can make them appear defensive and overly sensitive. The Stoics taught the power of restraint. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we don't need to have an opinion on every event. Instead, let silence be your armor. When a colleague criticizes you or a friend makes a sharp remark, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my time and energy? Often the answer is no. Practical steps include practicing deep breathing, focusing on your priorities, and choosing which battles are truly worth fighting. When you stop responding to everything, you create space for peace and clarity. This shift not only improves your emotional well-being, but also shows others that you are calm, grounded, and wise. As Stoic said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and silly about unimportant matters. Master the art of selective attention, and you'll master your inner peace. 8. Quit seeking recognition. Think about someone who constantly seeks praise or validation from others. How does it affect their relationships? Over time, this need for approval can push people away, as it comes across as insecurity. The Stoics believed that seeking recognition places your happiness in the hands of others. Imagine a co-worker who works overtime just to receive compliments, but feels crushed if their efforts go unnoticed. This creates a cycle of dependency on external validation. Instead, focus on doing what's right, because it aligns with your values, not because you want applause. Seneca taught that the best rewards come from living a virtuous life, not from others' approval. Practical advice includes setting internal goals that align with your character, celebrating small wins privately, and reminding yourself that true satisfaction comes from within. When you stop chasing recognition, you'll find freedom in being authentic. You'll build relationships based on mutual respect rather than performance. Remember, a tree doesn't grow tall for applause. It grows because that's its nature. Likewise, grow for yourself, not for others. As you embrace this mindset, you'll inspire those around you with your quiet confidence and genuine purpose. 9. Quit misusing your imagination. Have you ever felt a surge of anxiety over a future event that hasn't even happened yet? Misusing your imagination to create worst-case scenarios can sabotage relationships and rob you of inner peace. Imagine someone who constantly imagines their partner cheating or assumes their boss is planning to fire them. These baseless thoughts can lead to unnecessary arguments or stress that affects everyone involved. The Stoics taught us to focus on what is real and within our control. Instead of letting your imagination run wild, use it constructively to prepare for challenges or create solutions. For instance, if you're worried about a presentation at work, visualize yourself succeeding rather than failing. Practical steps include journaling your fears to separate facts from fiction, practicing mindfulness to stay grounded, and asking yourself, is this thought helpful? By quitting the misuse of your imagination, you'll nurture healthier relationships and a calmer mind. 10. Quit fearing change. Fear of change is one of the most common barriers to personal growth and fulfilling relationships. Consider someone who stays in a toxic job or an unhappy relationship simply because they fear the unknown. This resistance not only stunts their progress, but also harms those around them. The Stoics embraced change, seeing it as a natural part of life. Marcus Aurelius reflected on how everything is in flux, and resisting it only leads to suffering. Instead of fearing change, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. For example, when a friendship ends or a job role shifts, focus on what you can gain from the transition rather than what you're losing. Practical steps include reframing change as growth, setting small goals to adapt gradually, and practicing gratitude for the present while embracing the future. When you stop fearing change, you'll find that life becomes less about holding on and more about flowing with its natural rhythm. Relationships improve because you approach them with openness and resilience. Quitting these 10 habits in 2025 can transform your life. The Stoics remind us that happiness and freedom come from within, from mastering our minds, actions, and choices. Start small, focus on progress, and remember, every step forward is a step closer to the life you deserve. If you found value in these Stoic lessons, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on timeless wisdom. Let me know in the comments which habit you'll quit first, or share your personal growth journey. Until next time, stay resilient and keep striving for excellence.